Hi, welcome to Yumi. And on this channel, I am striving to just do what God has shown me to do. He gave me a ministry that includes 12 areas. And I think these are 12 pillars that we all need in our lives. And they are, we need to have a knowledge of food. So gardening is right around the corner. It is time. It is springtime, time for gardening. Yumi is all about balance. It's you and me, and this is about life balance. So balance with food. We need a few carpentry skills, just some basic carpentry skills, cleaning skills, not just about how to clean our houses, our physical houses that we live in, but also our bodies, which is our temple, our houses. Not just clean our bodies, but clean our thoughts and our minds and our spirits. Music therapy, music is therapy. Survival, we need to know how to survive if something happens where we don't have any power, any electricity, clean water. How are we going to survive if we have to survive out in nature? First aid. First aid is not just about things like CPR and how to clean a wound, but it's about putting yourself first so that you can be a service to others. Relationships. Okay, this year God has shown me to talk about relationships. So I'm going to talk about my experience or my advice and encounters and what I have learned with life relationships, not just with companions, but just all type of relationships, workplace relationships, family relationships, social relationships, life planning, budgeting, mental health, powerful reads, because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So our words bring life. The Bible says that there is power and death. The Bible says there is life and death in the power of the tongue. And last but not least, meditation. Sitting with yourself, clearing your mind of everything, your thoughts, your stress, things that stress you out, your what's due, bills that are due, all the demands that life has placed on you. Clearing your mind, clearing your thoughts, and just sitting with self and finding yourself, grounding yourself. Those are the 12 pillars of this channel. But this week, I'm going to be sharing with you my diets. And tomorrow, I plan to food prep. I don't know if I'm going to do a food prep video, but I just want to share. I'm so excited this week because I have a menu I want to share with you. It might not sound very tasty to you, but you haven't tasted it. I just learned from a couple. Their name is Need Never Get Old. Need Never Get Old on YouTube. And they shared a recipe how to make Kentucky Fried Tofu. It tastes like Kentucky Fried Chicken as far as the seasoning. So I'm so excited. I'm going to be eating tofu wraps for lunch this week, and I hope it tastes as delicious as they made it look on TV. Another source that I want to share with you is Gillian Berry, Gillian. I found her this week. She has so many great recipes and videos of a lot of people who are eating raw vegan or just the vegan diet. And I have learned so many things this week. But I want to share with you what I'll be eating. So I'll be doing a smoothie that I learned from her channel. There's a gentleman who is about 73 years old. Looks like he's probably 50, early 50 years old, and he drinks this drink every single day. So I did a video this week. I have already shown what it is, the 5 ingredients, but I'll be drinking a green juice for breakfast. If I can get my hands on sea moss, I'll be doing that. I'll be doing my wrap for lunch. For snacks, I will have things like seeds, nuts, raisins, fruits, and seaweed crackers or seaweed sheets. They're really crispy, crunchy seaweed snacks. And I have found the wasabi, which I thought was hot. So I never tried it until this past week, but it's really not hot. I don't like a lot of spice, but it was so good. It was a little spice and a little sweet, or either salty. I can't remember, was it sweet or salty. But anyway, so it was delicious, and it wasn't really hot. So that's one of my favorite new snacks. And then for dinner, I will be doing zucchini that I learned from one of Gillian Berry's videos. She's taught me how to make zucchini pasta, and I know I can take a certain squash, the big yellow squash, and make spaghetti with that when I bake it. But this zucchini squash you can use non-cooked. You don't have to cook it. So she has shown how to make a Alfredo sauce, a pesto sauce, a cheesy corn sauce, which I don't eat corn, so I won't be making that one, but also a tomato sauce. So I will be doing the tomato sauce, the pesto, and the Alfredo. And so I'm so excited about these new recipes because they're really simple. And once you begin to eat a certain way, you normally will have all your ingredients. You might have to go back and restock on certain things, but you're going to keep a lot of spices. So here's the time of the year to start growing things. So I'm so excited in the next coming week, maybe not this week, but after this week, or maybe this week too, we'll be talking about growing things and how you can take things that you already have in your house with seeds in them and start your own garden beds and container gardening inside your home and outside your home. So I'm so excited. But just let's keep it simple, okay? Keep it simple. There are 7 staple foods that most people eat. You have some type of milk. I made my favorite hemp milk, and milk is very easy to make. You can make rice milk, soy milk, coconut milk, oat milk, hemp milk, cashew milk, almond milk. There's 7 different types of milk. Soy milk, if I didn't name soy milk, you may have to boil the soy beans. But other than that, the other milks, you would soak your nuts overnight, okay? So milk, you want to know how to make cheese. You can make cheese with Brazil nuts and cashew nuts. Bread, you can make an easy wrap with spelt flour, just 2 or 3 ingredients. It's been a while since I made it. I don't want to go into the ingredients, but spelt wraps. You can make spelt bread. You can make meat replacements. I'm not a meat eater. I was a pescatarian, but now I am converting to vegan, or even maybe raw vegan. We'll see, because I'm feeling so good and it's just so easy. I don't have to spend hours in the kitchen to make good meals. And so one of the other videos, well, before I get into that, the 7 things we need: milk, some type of cheese, bread, meat, fruit, nuts, and seeds. There's 7 categories of food. And all of these things can be natural. You don't have to have, when I say meat, the Bible tells us that God gave us nuts for meat. So the natural diet, the human diet, was supposed to be fruits, nuts, and grains and seeds, okay? That's in the Bible. But when the flood happened, God allowed for men to eat animals because there was no vegetation after the flood. But there's no need for that, okay? And there are a lot of people getting sick. So that's one of my inspirations to share with my friends and the people who know me, and just anyone who is seeking to be healthier, to not spend a lot of time in the kitchen, but also to be nourished and be filled with food. When you drink and you eat a lot of things that don't give you nutrition and nourishment, you'll find yourself still hungry. You'll find yourself addicted to those things and then sick. And so I think that if you do a cleanse, if you do a detox, it will reset everything. You will cleanse your body. And then when you start to eat foods, they will taste better. And when you try to go back to those junk foods, they will taste like secondhand. They will taste like generic brands. They won't even taste as good as they used to. And so I just want to encourage you. I'm excited about sharing my journey. I'm excited. And so I just want to encourage you to look forward to this week's videos and eat healthy. It's not that hard. It's not as hard as you think. Take some of your favorite foods that you like to eat and make a healthier version of them. Until next time, from Yumi, stay tuned.